Moving on to the skull bow. Now this one takes the longest time to make. It's not the hardest, but it just takes way too long to make. So first of all, you have to go near double tap between the two gates and look up. There should be a purple symbol. Just shoot it with the bow and take your arrow. After that, clear the barrier under the clock tower, and that room, I'm going to be referring to it as the main room for this bow. So whenever I say main room, it's just the room under the bell tower. Now make sure you have to kill a zombie on top of that purple square, but make sure it's a stab. It has to be a melee kill. The floor should break, revealing an urn buried in the floor. So just look at that, hold the interact button. It should start floating in the air. And after that, you have to collect 6 skulls around the map. The first one should be in the mine with mule kick. It's just right there. Second one should be near double tap, right in that location there. Third one's gonna be in Samantha's room in the toy chest. The fourth one's gonna be in the main courtyard. You just go up the stairs and it's on that window ledge. Fifth one is gonna be in the teleporter room in the sink full of blood. For the last one, you have to go to the rocket pad, and it's behind the rocket. There's gonna be a truck. So just look at the back of the truck, you're gonna see the skull, and just take that last skull. After that, go back to the main room, and then you have to get 6 crawlers to crawl onto that purple thing on the floor, and it's gonna sacrifice them. You don't need to kill them, just have them walk on there. It's gonna play a little animation, and it's gonna sacrifice a crawler, and you need 6. After you sacrifice all 6 crawlers, you just have to start killing zombies, and then you have to collect 6 sigils that the zombies are gonna drop. Now make sure you take the sigils as soon as possible because these disappear really fast. When you're done with all 6 sigils, go back to the main room, and now they should all be on the floor. Make sure that they're 6, and then you can move on to the next step. So take out your bow, shoot the urn, and then he's gonna say 3 words. Listen to those 3 words. And go back to the hall near the power room. Now whatever he said, there's gonna be a sigil corresponding to that. You have to find the correct sigil. It's gonna be under the knight armor. So just search for the correct one and hold interact. Memorize that sigil. And then when you're done with that, go back to the main room, look at the floor, and with your bow, shoot those sigils that you just saw in the right order. Get out of the room as soon as you shoot the 3rd one, because if you're still in the room and you got the order wrong, the skulls are gonna kill you.
You are stronger than you realize, Nikolai. If only your judgment were not so clouded.
So just hold interact button on that and wait for it to give you your arrow.
You're not the Richtofen I once knew.
Take the arrow, go back to the undercroft, go to the bow pedestal, just place your arrow, collect souls, and upgrade your bow.
Many things are gone in an instant. Too many.
Now last but not least, the fire bow. Now this is definitely the hardest one to do, and it's gonna take a long time till you're used to doing this bow. Okay, first step, go to the clock tower and go up the stairs. Now shoot the red symbol with your bow and take your arrow.
Test complete. Systems functioning normally.
After you take your arrow, when you use the wonder spheres, you should see a flaming circle on the floor, and you have to shoot those with your bow. Now each time you hit a symbol properly, you'll hear the sound of a hellhound, and it sounds like this. So when you listen to that, you can move on to the next circle. Now when you shoot all 3 symbols and you hear the hellhound sound 3 times, you can stand in the lit up circles and kill the zombies while you're standing in the circle. The zombies don't need to be in the circle, but you have to stand in there. And you know when you're done with with one circle, when there's gonna be a giant flame appearing from the sky. And don't worry, it's not gonna kill you, but it just means that you're done. So you can move on to the next circle and do this again, and then go to the last circle and do it one more time. When all 3 circles are done, go back to the clock tower where you got your bow and hold the interact button. A wheel's gonna spin up and give you a symbol. Make sure you memorize that. And now you have to find the corresponding fireplace. So it's either the one in Maxis's room inside the castle, or it's the one near the dragon in the console room. The fireplaces have symbols inside, and you have to find the corresponding one to the symbol you got from the bell tower. Next, you have to find the circle that lit up again. Now make sure you still have a decent amount of ammo in your bow, and when you stand inside, you have to shoot at the floor as close as possible to the fireplace. You're supposed to see a volcano forming from the floor. If you see it, go stand inside of it and shoot near the fireplace one more time. Now, if it works, the volcano that was under your feet is gonna disappear and reappear where your arrow landed. And you can do this a total of 3 times, and your 4th shot has to land in the fireplace. But if you do it twice and your 3rd shot lands in the fireplace, you get a free max ammo. Now, when it lands in the fireplace, you're supposed to see a fire animation inside. It's gonna be kind of pinkish, and you're supposed to hold the interact button on that. Now go back to the death ray where there's that giant fireball, and it's supposed to be very close to the ground. Just hold the interact button on that. It's gonna play an animation, and after the explosion happens, pick up your reforged arrow. Go down to the undercroft, place your arrow in the firebow pedestal, collect your souls, just take your bow, and you're done. So that's it guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one.